We are up to Davov Omer Aleph. So we are in the middle of this argument between Bar Poda and Rav Masna. How long should one be a Nazir for? Bar Poda says only 29 days according to the Torah, and the 30 days with the Rabbanan. And the Rabbanan decided to enact this Gezerah 30 days because if somebody, generally people round up to the nearest number. And if somebody said 30 days, then it have to be a nazir for 30 days. So decide, you know what? Everyone should behave as if it's 30 days. And the Rabbanan, we gave an extended day. That's Bar Master. That's Bar Poda. Rav Masna, however, says that a Naziris, Tam Naziris is 30 days, but he does hold a mixes Hayem Kukula. If you enter the 30 day, partially already, it's as if it was a 30 days. So even though the Chatchili, you should take your haircuts on the 31st, but the Eved, within the 30, it's all right. According to Podim, Mahatoida, you take the haircuts and everything else on the 30 day, but the Rabbanan delayed it to the 31st because the 30 days should still be another. So we keep bringing different proofs to support or ask to either opinion. So now we're up to the Gemara of Aleph, about 6 lines on the bottom of the page. We continue with a Mishnah later on. With Tanan, in the third page, we learned Im Gilach Yom Shishim Chaser Echad. If you took a haircut on the 59th day, because we're talking about you took upon yourself two periods of Naziris. So if it's 2 periods of Naziris, you took a haircut on the 30th day, and now you're taking a haircut on the 59th day. It says here, Yotze, you are Yotze. We already explained the 30th day that if you already did it, it's all right. You know, because Mahatoida, according to Bar Poda, Mahatoida is only 29 days Naziris, and according to the Master, because Miksa Yom Kikule. Now it says you continue the next thing, and you start the next period of 30 days on the 59th day again. So why Sheyom Shleishim Oilem Minamin? The reason why Yotze is because the 30th day is part of the minyan. We're giving a reason here because the 30 days is part of the minyan. So therefore, you are Yotze that you be the Eved. You are because the first day of the second period is the beginning of the day, the end of the first period. The second half of the day starts the next period, and therefore you have the 59 days good enough. Now, I'm going to ask a very simple question. It makes sense according to Rav Masna. It makes sense. It makes sense. Why does it make sense? Why we need an explanation to tell you that mixes Hayem Kukula, it's a big chiddush, and not, as we said before, that the same day, part of the day can belong to the previous period of 30 days, and part of the day can belong to the next period. That's a big chiddush. Ela Bar Poda, but if you go according to Bar Poda, who believes that Mahatoida anyway is only 20 days, then obviously the 30th day, if you took a haircut, is good enough. You don't need an explanation. Lamali, what do you need an explanation to say? Because this and this and this. How much he says that the Torah says your whole period is 29 days. Of course, you take a 30th day, it's all right. Amalach, he said to me, you're 100% right. How do you think I know? How do you think I know that 29 days is all right? How do I know 29 days is all right? I know it from right here. Because the Mishnah has to go out of the way and tell you that it's all right. Why is it saying it's all right? Because 29 days is sufficient. I don't believe me to the end of the So therefore, the 30th day is not the beginning of a day. It's because the 30th day, Mahatoida already, the Naziris is over. Okay, we continue. So now we learned in the Mishnah, Misha Amar, if somebody says, Hareini Nazir, I'll be a Nazir, Nitma Yom Shleishim. On the 30th day, the person became tummy. We know that if you became tummy, if you took a haircut during the 30 days, you drank wine, you did it Avera, but you continue in Naziris. But if you became tummy to a corpse, only to a corpse, not other kinds of tummy, then you stop your Naziris. You have to go through the whole, take a haircut, bring 3 karbanos because you became tamei, but different karbanos, 2 birds and an animal. And then you start, after the 7 days, you become cleansed, you start your Naziris all over again. So what happens on the 30th day itself, you became tamei, you contracted tumah. The din is, soiset es hakel. You then cancel your entire Naziris. You lose everything. That's what it says on the 30th day. Now, according to the master, makes sense why you canceling your Naziris for 30 days. So it makes sense. What about the fact that a master holds mixes hayem kukula, that as soon as you enter the 30th day, technically it's as if you already completed the 3rd day. That's only if you already brought the karbanos. Here, because you did not bring the karbanos yet, you're still a nazir. And if you come tamei, you cancel the whole thing. El bapada kasha. We have a problem about pada. Pada holds mahatoida. It's already over. The 30th day is only with the rabbanon. So if you became tamei, why do you cancel the whole? Nazir, it's already over Mahatayda. And it's not like you can't start again, you've been Kabbanis, you can't do that. Amalok Bapada will explain. Just like before. Before I'm going to answer you, I'm going to ask you another question. Amos Sefer, continue reading the Mishnah. We have another opinion called Rabbi Eliezer, and he says, Amos Sefer El Shiva. Rabbi Eliezer says you don't cancel the Naziris. You only pause it for 7 days because your Naziris has to continue for another 7 days. You cannot bring any Kabbanas, you are Tameh. So you wait for the 7 days you become Torah, and then you bring your Kabbanas for Naziris. So now Rabbi Eliezer clearly says that the Tumah did not cancel Naziris. Why not? Because the Naziris ended day number 29. Because if you're going to tell me that 30 days is the length of Naziris, so what's Rabbi Eliezer saying? Nista Kulu, why only 7 days? You should cancel the entire Naziris. It's always like this. It's clear from this Mishnah here, Rabbi Eliezer and the Chachamim are not arguing in the length of a Naziris. That Rabbi Eliezer holds the length of a Naziris as 29 days, and therefore he says it doesn't cancel Naziris, and the Chachamim hold 30 days. It seems they're arguing when you cancel 7 or 30, but they both agree the Naziris is only 29 days long, or the Naziris is the same amount of time. So therefore we have a question that on Rabbi Eliezer, on Rabbi Poda, how does he explain? So he says that's exactly pshat. Everyone agrees, says he. From Rabbi Eliezer, I can tell you that everybody agrees that Naziris is only 29 days long. A Naziris is not any longer than 29 days. And that's what Rabbi Eliezer has 7 days. But the Chachamim say, no, we cancel 30. No, why? Midrabanan. Because sometimes people take a Naziris, even according to Rabbi Poda, say clearly 30 days. And if they did say clearly 30 days and they become Tameh on a 30 day, it does cancel. So Chachamim say, you know what? Even a Stam Naziris, and since people conduct themselves, and we said you should do 30 days, we're going to treat it as if it's still a Nazir 30 days, and you cancel, you have to start all over again. So Rabbi Eliezer, so Bar Poda has no problem here because he's not only siding with Rabbi Eliezer, because he says the only way you can understand Rabbi Eliezer is if you learn my way. That you cancel 1 day. Why you only cancel 7 days? Must be because the Naziris ends after 29 days. So Rabbi Eliezer makes sense. And I'll tell you that the Chachamim agree with Rabbi Eliezer that Nazir is only 29 days. Exactly how I learned. The only argument is whether since we added a 3rd day Midrabanan, are we going to be so machmir that if you become tummy on that day, we're going to say, what? Cancel the whole Naziris. That's how we learn. And the simple answer for a Masna is, okay, maybe Rabbi Eliezer holds like you, but I hold like the Chachamim. I don't have, even though the other answer is the same, I don't have to even go into that. Or, according to our Masna, the argument is, Miktzas Hayim Kekulai. We said before, according to the Rabbanon, only after you brought the Kabbalah, so let's say you brought it 10 o'clock in the morning, that's it. You like, even though it's the beginning of the 30 day, it's if you completed the 30 day. But if it's prior to the Kabbalah, we don't say Miktzas Hayim Kekulai. Rabbi Eliezer says, no, I believe that Miktzas Hayim Kekulai, even before the Kabbalah, 5 minutes into the 30 day, that's it. It's already the 30th day. Because you have a potential of bringing kabbanis. So therefore, and that's the argument here. And we're talking about a case where he became tummy in the morning before the kabbanis. So according to Chachamim, it cancels the whole Naziris because he's still Nazir. I mix it in with Kulei only after you bring your kabbanis. You haven't done that yet. According to Rabbi Eliezer, I don't need the kabbanis. You're already mixing it with Kulei straight away. Okay, the Gemara continues. Tanan, we learned in that same Mishnah. So the first case was that you're a Nazir for 30 days, and you became Tameh on a 30 day. The next case is you were Nazir for a longer period of time. You were Nazir for 100 days. He's a Nazir for 100 days. Nitma Yom Meya. If he became Tameh on the 100th day, he loses out everything. In other words, he canceled it's one period of 100 days, so he canceled the entire Naziris. And Rabbi Eliezer says, Rabbi Eliezer says that you lose 30 days. You have to then, the 100th day, you still party in Naziris, but you don't have to start again the entire 100 days. You only do a period of 30 days, which is like a Stam Nazir is 30 days. Says Gemara, if you hold, Rabbi Eliezer says, Miktzas Hayim Kekulai. If you believe that Miktzas Hayim Kekulai. Now we're asking a question of Master. You believe in the principle of Miktzas Hayim Kekulai. So if you believe Miktzas Hayim Kekulai, then Nista Shiva. So the 100 days already over your period, right? You finish the entire Naziris, Miktzas Hayim Kekulai. So why does Rabbi Eliezer say that you lose 30 days, you only lose 7 days? Because Rabbi Eliezer holds on the 30th day, since your Naziris is over, you only lose 7 days. You also should only lose 7 days. And if you hold like Bar Poda, that you don't say Miktzas Hayim Kekulai, then list the kula. If you don't know Mixing and Kula, then then this is the day of Naziris. So you should count the entire Naziris. What is 30 days coming? Either one. Rabbi Lezer's opinion of 30 days doesn't make sense. Says the Gemara. The Shlokish says, I agree with Bar Poda. And we don't say Mixes Hayen Kula. I know exactly what Bar Poda. So then the question is, so why don't we cancel it? I said 100 days. If I said 100 days, and if you don't hold Mixed Yanker Kuli, the 100th day is in the middle of the Naziris. So if you cancel, you should cancel the entire lot. Why only cancel 30 days? For a different reason altogether. Amar Shloki says, "Haina time of Lezer." You know what the logic of Lezer is? Because Amakra, we learn from a pasuk. It's a gzeres hakassav, a special decree. The pasuk says the following: Zois toides hanazir. These are the laws of the Nazir. The yom melois nizir, the day that he completes his Naziris. We're going to translate the word meloy as complete. It's obvious, but it's a complete. It means a day that you have to make up, not just complete, but make up. What days do you ever have to make up? The month. Because 1 month, every month technically is 29 and a half days in a few seconds there, halakim. So 1 month we make 30 days, and 1 month we make 29 days. This way we even it out with a new moon. And a couple of times we have to maybe add another month, an extra day to equalize the two. So a month is that if you want to say which period of time do you have to sometimes make up or catch up, months. You have to catch up the missing days. So the Torah is telling you that when a Nazir completes his Naziris, it should be b'yom malay Nazir. For example, if he became Tamid and he has to go ahead and do again Naziris, it should be malay Nazir, which means a 30-day period. HaTorah Amra Nitma, if he became Tamid, b'yom malay is only under 30 days. If you became Tamid earlier, then you start Naziris all over again. But if you became Tamid on the very final day, how long should you be a Nazir for? 10 late Torah's Nazir. The law of a Stam Nazir. And what's a Stam Nazir? A Stam Nazir is 30 days. So therefore we're saying if you became Tamid on the final day, and we'll soon see about what the month where I was just telling you about make-up days. Right now we're learning that Shlokish is saying the pshat is that if you became Tamid on the final day, we give you the law of a Nazir. And a Stam Nazir is 30 days. That's Rabbi Lezer's logic. And the Shlokish follows Bar Poda, that 29 days is a Naziris, and there's no such thing as mixed Yom Kippur. Says the Gemara, Lema, let us in fact say that the argument of Bar Poda and Bar Master and of Master, whether it's a 29-day period, or 30 days, is actually the machlekes of Tanaim. And what is that? It says in the next passage. It says that while you're a Nazir, you shouldn't have a razor on your head until you complete the days that you said to Hashem. Ad meloyas hayam, until you complete the days. So now, we're talking about an average Nazir, which is 30 days, but we're using the expression meloyas hayamim, you complete the days, and we're going to translate meloyas as not only completing, but catch up or make up. And that's as follows. Shemani miyut yom mishnai. First, I would have thought, well, it says days. Days in plural is 2. So maybe when you say I'll be a Nazir without giving a specific time, you're a Nazir for 2 days. This person becomes holy. Gadel pera, he should allow his hair to grow. So what do we see from here? The word ye, as we said before, is yud k is 30. So the gematria is 30. That what the minimum of Naziris is 30 days. How do I know? From the word ye. Divrei Rabbi Yeshia. That's the word Rabbi Yeshia. Rabbi Yeshia says, you don't have to learn from year. We learn from the pasuk itself. It says, ad until the makeup day. When you make up, when you buy the months, it's 29 days, and when you want to catch up, you have to add a day, make it 30. So a 30-day period is called a catch-up day or a makeup day. And it says ad until the catch-up day. Until means 29 days, the day before catch-up day. So Rabbi Yeshia says, I have a pasuk, then the Naziris is 29 days. In other words, sorry, Rabbi Yeshia holds, I don't want to learn from that pasuk because I hold it's 30 days, he is 30. But Rabbi Yeshia learns from that pasuk because he holds 29. So ad Malays until you make the makeup day, until the 30th day. Which day should sichim the malos that you have to catch up? Every time you have a chodesh 30 days long is because you're catching up. You lost a half a day in the previous month, you made 29 days, so you have to catch up now. We'll make up that half a day, so therefore we added 30 days. So therefore, ad malaya sayam means until the malaya, until that day which is catch up, until day number 30, which is 29. So Rabbi Yeshua learns that by Poda that it's 29 days, and the master learns like Rabbi Yeshua that's year 30 days. My love, Rav Masna, I'm going to be Yesher. Rav Potter, I'm going to be innocent. Amalek Rav Masna, Rav Masna says, when I said 30 days, Kuli Alma, everyone knows Shloshim, everyone knows Shloshim. So what's the machlek is how can Rabbi Yesher doesn't learn from the pasuk ad? What's going on in between Rabbi Yesher and innocent? Could we have a general argument when it says ad until? Is it inclusive or exclusive? When you say until something, do you include that something as well? And that's the argument. Rabbi Yesher holds just the opposite as we said before. He holds 30 days ad meloyas hayomim until the 30 day, including the 30 day. Therefore, he learns from that pasuk. But Rabbi Yesher holds in other places we have. He holds ad veloy ad b'chal. So if he would learn from that pasuk ad meloyas hayomim, he would say till the 30 day, which is only 29. Can't do that because the law is and the Nazir is just 30 days, and we know that already. We without the pasuk. This only in a smachta. Therefore, he uses the word yiyah. Because yiyah is 30. Ad means a non-inclusive, exclusive. Ad inclusive. Now let's just analyze. You said when we need to catch up there, what are the days that we need to catch up? I would say 30. Someone has a question. What about every week? Maybe it's every 7 days. Shabbos is the culmination of the week. So Shabbos is the Malayas. It completes the week. So Malayas doesn't only mean completing; it means catching up, to make up. Every week doesn't make up. Every week is a 7-day week, and Shabbos is the final day of the week. So therefore, because Shabbos is the final day of the week, there's nothing missing, nothing to catch up, nothing to make up. Can't be talking about Shabbos. Nuv Mishana maybe means a year because some years have 353, some are 354, some are 355. So therefore, and they have to equalize the years. So there are catch-ups as well. The Ein Mashana. So the answers, Mi Manina Liyemer. Years are not counted, not broken down into days. When you want to count a year, you go by months, 12 months or 13 months. But months are made up of days. So Gemara says, the Rabbanan the Kisari said, Minayin she'ein moinin yomim l'shanim. How do you know you don't count days for years? Shenemar it says, L'chotshei hashana. It says when it comes to years, how you break it down is divisible in months, not into days. Chadashim mechashrim l'shanim. Months are divided in, years are divided by months. But you don't divide years by days. So therefore, when the Torah is expressing itself, ad malayas hayamim, until you do the catch-up day, it wouldn't be talking about a year because we don't refer to a year as a catch-up day. It would be talking about months, which is made up of days. So that concludes the argument between Potter and Rav Masna and the halacha like Rav Masna that Nazir Daf is 30 days. Okay, we'll stop over here and tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.